Hey, distance learners. So today we're going to be talking about something that is super important. It's called persuasive or argumentative writing. So persuasive and argumentative writing is one of the most common and one of the most important writing types that you need to learn. So we're going to be looking at an example today, and then we're going to be talking about your assignment, which will be to outline. So the story or the example essay I want to look at today is linked in Canvas, so you guys can follow along with me. So we're going to read this and we're going to talk about a couple of the essential elements in this story that fit into your outline. But first, the first thing I want you to know is in an argumentative essay or an argumentative writing piece, the purpose of that piece is to persuade the reader of the author's opinion or whatever it is the author is trying to convince you. In some cases, it might be that the author is trying to convince you to do something. In some cases, it might just be as simple as that the author wants you to think about their or to agree with their opinion. That is the case of the article that we're going to look at today. So it's a very short essay. It's only like 3 or 4, it's about 4 paragraphs, but the first and fifth paragraphs are super short. So let's look at this one here. One of the things that you always want to do at the start of an essay, specifically an argumentative or persuasive essay, is you want to hook or engage your reader. So let's look at how this one does that here. So in this one here, it says, as online learning becomes more common and more resources are converted to the digital form, some people have suggested that public libraries should be shut down, and in their place, everyone should be given an iPad with an e-reader subscription. So this here is an opinion that people have had, and here we're going to find out the author's opinion on it. They've engaged the reader because they've introduced the topic concisely and in an interesting and brief way. And it's kind of something that's a little bit shocking in some ways. The idea is that public libraries should be completely shut down. So it's engaged the reader because we're like, what? How and what? Let's see what they suggest or what the author has to say. Let's look at this next one, paragraph here. It says proponents of this idea state that it will give local cities and towns money because libraries are expensive to maintain. They also believe it will encourage more people to read because they won't have to travel to a library to get a book. They can simply click on what they want to read and read it from wherever they are. They could also access more materials because libraries won't have to buy physical copies of books. They can simply rent out as many digital copies as they need. So here the author has expanded upon this idea or how these digital libraries would work. Let's go ahead and see what the author thinks about it, though. However, that word always shows there's a shift or a change coming. It says, however, it would be a serious mistake to replace libraries with tablets. All right, finally we get our author's opinion. So this is where we get our thesis, or this is what the author's thesis is. This is what they truly think. However, it would be a serious mistake to replace libraries with tablets. First, digital books and resources are associated with less learning and more problems than print resources. A study done on tablet versus book reading found that people read 20 to 30% slower on tablets, retain 20% less information, and understand 10% less of what they read compared to people who read the same information in print. Wow. Additionally, staring too long at a screen has shown to cause numerous health problems, include blurred vision, dizziness, dry eyes, headaches, and eye strain at much higher instances than reading print does. People who use tablets and mobile devices excessively have a higher incidence of serious health issues such as fibromyalgia, shoulder and back pain, carpal tunnel syndrome, and muscle strain. We should not add these problems by giving people, especially young people, more reasons to look at screens. So this author here has presented multiple evidences or multiple things to support their opinion and given multiple reasons why. And they've explained all of those. All right, they're about to explain a second. Secondly, it is incredibly narrow-minded to assume that the only services libraries offer is book lending. Libraries have a multitude of benefits, and many are only available if the library has a physical location. Some of these benefits include acting as a quiet study space, giving people a way to converse with their neighbors, holding classes on a variety of topics, providing jobs, answering patron questions, and keeping the community connected. One neighborhood found that after a local library instituted community events such as playtimes for toddlers and parents, job fairs for teenagers, and meeting spaces for senior citizens, over a third of residents reported feeling more connected to their community. Similarly, a Pew survey conducted in 2015 found that nearly 2/3 of American adults feel that closing their local library would have a major impact on their community. People see libraries as a way to connect with others and get their questions answered. Benefits tablets can't offer nearly as well or as easily. Okay, so the author has just made a bunch of cases and added a bunch of reasons to their argument, and I think they've done a pretty good job of so. What do you think? Are you convinced? I wish I could hear your opinions. However, let's see how they decide to end it. Let's see what they do to add their conclusion. While replacing libraries with tablets may seem like a simple solution, it would encourage people to spend more time looking at digital screens, despite the myriad issues surrounding them. It would also end access to many of the benefits of libraries that people have come to rely on. In many areas, libraries are such an important part of the community network that they could never be replaced by a simple object. Okay, so the author ends it by summarizing his main arguments and the two main cases and points that he's brought up during his essay. That their screens have a myriad of issues related to them, and that libraries cannot be simply replaced in the same way that tablets can be used. So what you are going to do today is you are going to begin outlining your own mini essay, just like this one here. Your essay is going to be about the topic and evidence that you used in your discussion yesterday. So you had a discussion yesterday about whether you believe, based off of the data and evidences and the documents that I gave you, you got to argue one opinion or the other. In your opinion, based off of the evidence I gave you, do you think that former slaves were truly free during the Reconstruction era? So you all should have participated in that discussion yesterday. If you did not, make sure you go back and do this before you write your outline today. Otherwise, you won't know what to write your outline about. So what you're going to do is you're going to use the evidences and the documents that are attached from yesterday. You are going to make an outline for your own mini essay, because on Monday, this mini essay will be due. So you will be writing your essay on Monday. So today, your job is to outline all of the things that you're going to include in this essay. So you need to include your topic, some sort of an introduction, your attention grabber, a hook, or just a statement of your position. And then what you're going to do is you're going to choose one of these three options, and then you're going to insert what you'll actually say here. So let's say I wanted to use a position/claim statement. So I would type in position/claim statement here, and then I would type out here in this blank spot what it is that I would actually say. Then you're going to choose what you want to talk about for your reason number one. You'll type it here, and then the three details you need to include to support that reason, and the same thing for your second body paragraph. And then your conclusion, you'll need to either choose to restate your position, sum up all the reasons, or call to action. A call to action is when you implore your audience to do something specific as a response to hearing all of this information. So the best way to be able to turn this outline in is to copy all of these things here, copy them, and then go over to the blue submit button, click submit, and then in a text entry box, paste all of the things you just copied here, and then edit in your own information into this outline here. And then click submit. And that's all you have to do for today. On Monday, you'll turn this into a mini essay by actually writing it all out. All right, if you have any questions, please let me know and I'll be happy to help.